In the context of life under capital, what we have seen in the last decade of the extremity of neoliberalism is the parametrization of life. Calorie counting, what is the maximal parameterization of any system so as to extract the maximal degree of accumulation. Get to the maximum point in the maximum speed, extract the maximum amount of capital, and drop it as fast as possible and move to the next thing. It's a highly complex, algorithmic, beautiful system if you're talking about elegance. If you're talking about long-term durability, it's quite problematic. What architecture in this sort of like Python fantasies is what it doesn't realize is that these are the sort of like entrails of the system that they get to play with to make some shapes that then get fed back up in the system to sell it and promote it as having some cultural aspiration. Like as if this shape of a building is somehow representative of a cultural desire. The sale of cultural icons that are produced by the waste tools of capital, which architecture believes to be incredibly advanced because they're using them. It's a tragedy that those tools are being used to produce the system. But the farce part is that architecture believes itself to be some avant-garde discipline because they get to script in Python. What's quite amazing is that that's sold in the context of architecture, in the context of the school, as like advanced research, as advanced disciplinary practice, where it's ultimately 20-year-old robots that Ford would never use anymore. We get the bottom-end product, and then we produce some sort of aesthetic object, which then feeds back into a system of the desire for more efficient technological systems. I think trying to put this question of the parametric and the fetish of self-organization back into the broader parameterization of life as a process of accumulation is a fundamental task of architectural theory. And so if it's just really and ultimately a three-dimensional advertising, how do we keep architects so busy? How are people trained to read system logics the least able to see the complete imbecility of their role in these systems? If architecture has no role in the transformation of the structure of the system, has not found that. I mean, we're working on it, but ultimately it doesn't. Well, then what is its role in the system? Why do we still have architects? They have no role in social emancipation. So well, then what are they doing? What are we doing with architecture right now?